Hey guys, James from Colorado. How are you? How are you? How are you? Man, I'm blessed. Haven't made a video in quite a while. Hey, it looks a little more clear now, huh? Went and got me an HD cam. Make sure that we could do this right now. Starting to make a little money so I can start to, upgrade the system a little bit. Hey guys, man, it's been a while since I've been able to shoot a video. And the reason why is I had a brand new baby boy. Yep, I had a little Giovanni. Um, and man, the the story that goes around with my child being born is pretty pretty unreal. We'll just put it that way. Uh, Found out that I have grown tremendously in my thought process and the way that I deal with my emotions. Because man, it was interesting. We'll just put it that way, quite interesting. Um, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. So we go to an appointment um, on the what is it, the 26th for my wife. Make sure I got my dates right. Um, It was actually on a Friday. Baby was actually born, guys, on the 20th, um, which was the Sunday, and we went to the appointment on the 18th. And my wife was having some protein spilling into her urine, so they wanted to go and do a test. Usually they induce because my wife is a high risk pregnancy, because of the fact that she had a kidney and pancreas transplant. And so when it usually happens, we they usually send people over and have them induced right away. Well, we were trying to wait, and you know, I don't know. Sometimes you just want things to happen your way, and God says no. It's going to happen my way, and you're going to be ready for it to happen this way. So, um, we wanted to wait to have make sure the birthday was on the 22nd, because that was the day that the baby would have been a Scorpio, just like Daddy. By the way, on the 27th was my birthday, and anybody that wished me a happy birthday on Facebook, I didn't post a big thank you, but I want to say this now. Thank you. My life's been kind of different, as you'll hear. Um, but thank you very much. We wanted the baby to be a Scorpio, just like Daddy. Giovanni said, "Nah, that's not going down like that," but that's okay. Hey, the baby's here, and like I said, probably the topic for this video is um, you're it doesn't matter when you're ready, you should be ready now, because it really just didn't matter. Like, we wanted it to happen on that date, but what for our own kind of selfish reasons is why we were trying to hold out, because we wanted the baby to be a Scorpio. Who, come on, man, who does that? We do. But the baby's here, healthy, and I am incredibly blessed that my baby's here. But back to the story. Um, so they say that they want to, hold her. She needs to stay overnight and do a urine analysis, and it's a 24-hour urine, and then we'll go from there. So basically, the kid's grandma came and got him, and they stayed over at the house, and I stayed the night with my wife in the hospital, and they did this 24-hour urine analysis, right? Well, the whole time me and her had been talking, and we had kind of, we want to wait, we want to wait, we want to wait, and then something just kind of grasped me and said, you know, whatever, it is what it is. If you're going to have the baby here soon, then that's what's going to happen. Well, my wife wasn't so ready to have the baby yet. Um, she had just gotten off of work. She had only had like a week off. She figured she was going to have, 2 to 3 weeks off of work before she would actually, have the baby. So she'd have time to get everything ready and make sure we had, all the baby stuff together, and she had a bag packed, and just all that kind of stuff that we didn't even have a chance to get ready. And she was just like, I'm not ready mentally. She was like, I know physically I could do it, but I'm just not ready. And so they did, they went through and they did the analysis, and then right when she was almost done, she's putting she's putting the urine into the, I don't know if you guys have ever done a urine analysis before, but they give you this big bucket that you actually have to pee in. And she would put the urine into the bucket every time that she peed, and it's a big old container. Well, the container spills, ruins the whole urine analysis. So at that point, they're like, your blood pressure's been going up overnight. It's been going up, so we're just going to go ahead and induce. And she is not ready for that. I am. I'm getting excited. Throughout the day, I had kind of been setting myself up for ready for this baby to come, and but she's not ready. She's just not ready. And I attribute this, and why I'm telling you guys this is not just to tell you the story of my ups and downs that I went through and the emotional roller coasters that me and my wife went through as this baby was coming, but I want you to understand that you're never ready. You're never going to be ready for everything. There's not a perfect time for everything. But when it happens, you need to move and you need to take action. That's going to be the moral to this story, and I want you guys to kind of think about that as I'm going through this story. So they say that they're going to induce, so we're like, all right, let's get it on. So um, she's like, man, I'm just not ready. I don't know if I haven't had my time mentally. I'm just not ready. And I'm like, oh, girl, don't worry about it. We're gonna be fine. I'm given that positive influence that I've been learning through all of this personal development that I've been doing, and I'm giving her just positive reinforcement constantly. Well, she's like, I just got to see the kids one more time. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I need to get her mom up here. Well, lo and behold, who walks in the door? It's my kids. My kids, they come in with the cutest little balloons for her. Both my boys, as well as my daughter and grandma, they both come in. They all come in, and that's taken off the plate. She got to see the kids. She said this is what she needed, and here it comes through the door. And this is just a tribute to the fact that when you need something, God will send it to you because you're blessed that way if you believe. See, you can, man, my mind goes crazy with stuff like this because I believe in it so much now that when you think something up here, guys, when you think it, it happens. I knew that she needed to have that comfort. She knew that she needed to have that covered. Maybe she hadn't said it out of her mouth yet, but God knew. And then all of a sudden, my kids come walking in the door. Coincidence? No. Divine appointment. I don't believe in coincidence, and I tell you guys that every time that we talk. Um, Divine appointment is what happened. So now I am for sure that it is okay for us to have this baby because basically that was my answer from God saying it's time. So the babies come, they visit, they get ready to leave, and my wife was like, that was crazy, hey. And I'm like, it's time. And she's like, I'm ready now. I'm ready. So um, they start the procedure after the kids leave. I go home, I start getting stuff ready. Needless to say, guys, I'm not ready at all. Like, we haven't done, when you get a new baby, you do the big spot clean all over the house, you do all the kind of stuff that you need to do. But like I said earlier, the baby's coming, time to take action, right? So I go home, I get all the stuff that I gotta get. I get back to the place, we sit around, we wait. They do the induction, and you know everything's going according to plan. Um, early the next morning on the 20th. It is about probably 4 o'clock when they actually start the induction process. And the lady says, "Yeah, you know, you could call them around 7 and, have them come on over." And we're like, 7 o'clock? I'm like, man, that's a long time. That's, it feels 4 hours from, or 3 hours from where now. But we're like, okay, whatever. So they check the uterus and, she's at 3 centimeters. Well, 3 centimeters is, I've had a couple of babies already. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a total of 5 kids, and 3 centimeters. We're kind of moving forward before they even put, the induction medicine, in her and got things going. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So about an hour and a half later, they come back and she's at, no, I don't think it was an hour and a half. It might have been an hour. She's at 5 centimeters. And we're both kind of wondering, well, dang, what should I do? I need to make some phone calls. I'm starting to think. And, you know, it's about 5:30. And I was like, oh, we'll just wait until 6. We'll call it 6. Man, them contractions started happening. And she was like, nah, call her now. Call her now. And that was about 15 minutes that we had passed. And if I know anything about my wife, she knows her body. She can tell when something's wrong, and it's kind of amazing to me. She diagnosed herself just off the feelings that she has. But she said it was time, so I got on the phone. I called, and hey, y'all gotta come on, hurry up. Um, they started making their way over, and she's like really starting to contract hard. And you know, they had called, said that they were on their way, and it was moving a lot faster than what we what they said that it was going to happen. We kind of figured that it was going to happen, faster than what happened, but it came fast. So they get there, and she gets ready to push the baby out, and 1.5 pushes, guys. That baby was ready, ready to come. 1.5 pushes, the baby is out, and the celebration starts. We're all so happy, the joy in the room. They're taking the baby, they put it on her chest, and I'm looking because I'm recording with a video camera, and it's just one of those beautiful, beautiful moments, that you see, that you just never forget these things. I remember my first child, and to my last, everyone was a little bit different, but it's a moment that you just can't explain how beautiful it is to see a baby, that the miracle of birth, um, coming to life. It was just it was quite a cool experience, guys. Quite a cool experience, and the joy that everybody is having all around the room, and then the joy becomes sadness because the placenta is stuck. And I've never experienced this before, but I guess what happens is the more kids you have and the older that you get, the thinner the lining of your wall is. Um, and when you have a thick wall for ladies, placenta just kind of grasp onto the wall, and when you have the baby, it just comes out with the wall, the lining of the uterus. Well, when you've had a few babies and you're a little older, what happens is the placenta starts to attach to muscle. And that's what actually happened, is it attached. And they are freaking out, like, okay, we got to get this out. We got to get this out. The doctor's trying to get it out. He can't get it out. My birth becomes chaos. And I'm trying to keep calm because I don't like to get too shook, because everybody else gets shook. And I don't want to get shook. I want to stay calm. So my first reaction is, okay, let me grab my boys. Let me pull them off to the side so that they're not in the back, so they don't really realize what's going on. They're still trying to get it. They got other people start coming into the room. They're trying to figure out what's going on, and it's just utter chaos trying to get this placenta out. Well, I'm like, I got to get these kids out of the room because this is not something that I want them to see, and you know, everything's gonna be fine. So I grab the kids. I'm like, come on, let's just go play. We'll go do this. And I go out and take them out to go play. And, 20 minutes go by and I come back in the room and they are still in there trying to get this out. But this time there's a lot more stuff going on. Before I left, they said that it hadn't come up, but she wasn't bleeding. So it wasn't that big a deal because your body actually will start to hemorrhage. In these circumstances, but that wasn't what was happening. So I was kind of at ease. Well, when I come back in to check, they're like, she's losing a lot of blood. And I look on the bed, guys, and the whole bottom, of the bed is full of blood, full. And I look at her, and I'm usually the one that's the calm, calm collective guy that brings everybody else to a calm. And she tells me, babe, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I'm not ready. So we went from her not being ready to me not being ready. I'm not ready for this. I mean, she is my rock. She is what holds things together. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to lose my wife. And then I start to think about the possibilities of what can happen. And I'm not ready. I can't say that enough. I'm not ready to be a single dad with all of my kids and not have my wife there. It's messing with my mind, and I'm talking to God like, Lord, please don't take my wife from me. Please don't take my wife. I'm not ready. So they wheel her off to the emergency room, and I go out, and so I'm having life, and then I'm worried about losing a life. Your mind goes through all kinds of thought processes, and I'm like, you know what? You got to stay positive. You got to stay positive, because you staying positive means that you're going to have positive stuff attracted to you. The laws of attraction, guys. I study these things and they work. I'm telling you, they work. I go over and I start looking at the baby because they're kind of cleaning the baby up. They've taken him out of the room because of all the chaos that's going on in the birthing room. And the lady looks over at me and she's like, "You want to come in?" And they got him in the little room, and she's like, "I'm giving him a bath. You want to come in?" And I come in and I'm giving him a bath, and I'm crying because I'm thinking about the beauty of what is happening and the chaos that is happening all at the same time. And I won't let myself think about that chaos anymore. I just won't. Everything's going to be fine. And I start to give my little boy a bath, and he's loving it, loving it. And it brings just a big smile to my face, and my daughter and the grandma. And by this time, Liz's sisters came, and, my mind is kind of clear of everything, and they've taken the boys and, taken them out. So I'm kind of clear, and I'm like, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine, because in the midst of the hardest times in your lives, guys, if you think of something positive, it changes everything around you. It changes the way that things are reacting. I mean, before I came in to give the baby, as I'm walking to go look, before the lady asked me to come and give the baby a bath, all of a sudden, I'm thinking on this negative mindset, and all of a sudden the comm systems go out. So the walkie-talkies aren't working, so they can't communicate under the radar. They're communicating up loud, and they're calling more doctors into the operation room, and that's sending us all into more chaos. My daughter's crying, her mom's crying, her sister's bawling, and man, I soon as I went in there and went to the go wash my baby, everything changed, guys. It all changed because I thought about something so blessed, so heavenly that has just been brought to me. And there was no way that she was not going to have the opportunity to be able to come and see this baby again. And I was fine. So after I got through washing up the baby, by this time, everybody's made phone calls. We got the whole family outside. We go outside. It's a total different atmosphere. My mom and my sister are here. We're playing with the kids. We're laughing. We're giggling. We're all on that high spirit saying everything's going to be fine because we knew that things were going to be okay. And sure enough, they bring her back. She's fine, guys. She was fine. I wasn't ready, but I had to take action. She wasn't ready. She had to take action. We weren't ready, but we had to take action. Just like everything else in your life, sometimes you're just not ready. There's no perfect time for you to have a baby. There's no perfect time for you to go and tell a loved one that you love them or that you miss them. There's no perfect time to say I'm sorry for something that you've done that is wrong, that you want to say sorry to somebody for. There's no perfect time, guys. The only perfect time there is when you start to take action. Now is the perfect time. Right now. If there's somebody that you are having it out with, go apologize right now. Take action. This is the perfect time. If you are struggling with an addiction and you want to stop, but you keep saying, hey, maybe one day I'm gonna quit here. I'm gonna quit this day. No, guys, now, today, right now is the perfect time to quit. If you have a weight loss issue, you want to get more healthy, you want to eat more healthy, stop putting it off. Stop waiting until Monday when it's Thursday. Now, today is the perfect time. If you have a business that you've been looking at, today is the perfect time to get started. Take action, guys. Take action. Be positive. Move your life forward instead of looking backwards. Hey, I know it's been a long video, but hey, you guys have a blessed day. Take some action. Today is the day. Now is the perfect time. Be blessed. Bye-bye.